Okay, so welcome everyone on this channel. This is Wolfwire Studios, and I'm paradoxical. I'm a single solo developer that's trying to make a game. Sorry, that's trying to make a game based on something, based on a real life story that I'll just get onto in a minute. And yes, I have named myself and my channel as Studios, but I'm just a single entity that's working here. And yeah, I I love to play games. I had this fire in me. I shouldn't say fire. The desire to make a game. Why? Because I have been playing games since I was a kid. Most of us are, and I was just amazed by how they work, how they are created. It's a whole new, different dimension in the development side. And yeah, I guess that's all I can tell you guys about why am I making a game, because I want to. I want to make a game. I want to make a name for myself, and here we are now, starting with it. And this is not exactly the part one of devlog. I mean, it's more like part zero, or like the introductory devlog, or the introduction to the devlog. And I'll just tell you guys what all I am doing and what all I'm preparing with. And there will be like just three sections: the introductory part, and what all I have done in Blender, and what all I have done in Unreal Engine. So yeah, and starting with that, let's just talk about the workflow first. I'll be using Unreal Engine because, well, it's one of the best engines out there. I mean, people may have a counter argument. Why am I not using Unity? Why is it Unreal Engine only? Will it be C++ or will it be Blueprint? Yeah, I can answer all that for you. I started out with Unity almost 2.5, 3 years ago, and I did not find any success in Unity. I mean, people say it's easy, it is, but it was on a different level. I mean, it just didn't work for me. And then I discovered Unreal Engine, and lo and behold, here I am using it for almost 2 years. And not in the sense that I'm a professional or something. I mean, there's a lot to learn for everyone. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's the part of learning. But I was waiting for Unreal Engine 5 because of a lot of features, Nanite, so to speak, and Lumen that I'll be showing you guys later. And I was waiting for it to release. It has been in early access for like what, a year or so. It has been in preview for a month, I guess. And then it finally released on April 5th, State of Unreal keynote, and I was happy. And along with that, they released the Matrix demo, the Lyra starter game, as you can see, which is amazing. So yeah, they are providing us with a lot of content to start out with Unreal Engine 5, and I'm happy that they are doing that. And about C++ or Blueprints, well, I'll be using Blueprints because it's one of the most comfortable thing for me in Unreal Engine. Yes, people do have opinions, people do have verdicts that Blueprint is bad or spaghetti monsters and stuff. So, well, it's not the case for me. Like, if you do know how to work in Blueprints, and if you write everything down, you document your stuff very well, you'll never forget it. You'll never ever forget how you're doing stuff in Blueprints. And I'm not a professional programmer. I do know a lot of code, but I haven't done Unreal Engine C++ specifically that much on a professional level or on an intermediate level. I feel I'm still a beginner, and well, beginner's luck. But I did the same in Unity, and C Sharp was fine, but it was lengthy for me. I mean, Unreal Engine C++ was way better than Unity C Sharp. Yes, people may quote me, or people may quote me on that and everything, but it is what it is. It's my opinion, it's my choice, and I stand by it. Other than this, like, I'll be talking about the workflow and everything soon in my devlogs. So yeah, don't worry about that. Unreal Engine has been around there for quite a while, and it's in a lot of games. I mean, in a lot of games that I play and I grew up playing, like the Splinter Cell franchise, the original Rainbow Six games, Rainbow Six Vegas, and all, and a lot of games are on Unreal Engine, like Fortnite and like a lot of games. Senua, yeah. beautiful game. So that's all. That's all. Unreal Engine is vast and big. Now talking about the other DCC tool I'll be using, it's Blender. Why? It's open source. It's amazing. It's awesome. You have a plethora of plugins to work. You have all the open source features you can work on and customize if you want. And they're just constantly updating it. Like Blender 3.0 had Cycles X, which is a fast renderer. I really love it. And like Blender 3.1 has Metal support for Macintosh. That's not the point of this video. I mean, Blender is my workflow. And yeah, I'll be showing you guys Blender in a moment. And yeah, and next tool is Substance Painter. Why? Because it's really handy. Like Substance is just amazing when it comes to texturing. You can texture in Blender as well, and there is another alternative, Quixel Mixer. You can do that too, but you know they have their own issues. They have their own problems, so to say. Substance, it just works. I mean, out of the box, it works. I'm not using this exact version of 2022. I'm using 2021 or 2020, I guess, and it works fine for me. And I guess that's the major workflow I have. If I have to do anything in sound, I'll be either using FL Studio or Ableton Live. And other than that, I am planning to incorporate Cascader in my workflow. Cascader or something. I don't know what's the spelling was. Yeah, sorry, Cascader. Yeah, I'm trying to incorporate this in my animation workflow, and it's awesome. Cascader is just awesome the way it works. I have tested it, but I haven't used it in my projects, so I'll see how good it will be. And there's another application I'm gonna use, that's Flask.ai. It's really good. It has like a good AI built into it that will be used for motion capture, as you can see here. And it supports Unreal Engine Mannequin, so you can just directly go on and record yourself and replace it with a UE mannequin. And of course, it's not perfect, but you can edit out those animations, right? You can just trim them the way you want, and you can just enjoy your animations. That's all. Now, talking about the game, the type of game I'll be making. So it's based on this event, 13 Hours. You might have seen this movie. I mean, I have, and I really love this movie. It's amazing. And if I have to describe it, long story short, there are six soldiers who were working as security for the CIA and the embassy, I mean, the ambassador. And in September 2011, the ambassador was attacked. He was not living in an official embassy, he was living in a different property, and he was attacked. And it was on these six soldiers, ex-Marines and ex-Navy SEALs, that helped to, just repel the attack. And somehow, like, they failed, and ambassador died. And then the attack came onto their hidden CIA base, and they defended the CIA base until they were rescued. And it all happened in a span of 13 hours, hence the name. This is the book. The movie is based on the book, and I've read the book, and it's amazing. Really good. I'll recommend you guys, if you have free time, just read this book. And I won't be copying it directly for legal reasons, of course, because copying it will be stupid. I don't want lawyers at my house. So I'll be just adapting it. I'll be just making it in a different twist. I won't be using the same character's name. I won't be using the same guns. I won't be using rather anything from the book or from the movie. I'll be taking inspirations. I'll be taking, references and creating my own take on it. And as far as the setting of the game goes, it will be Benghazi, a Middle Eastern state. And Benghazi is a really hot topic, like a really hot topic. It is very controversial, something like 6 days in Fallujah. And yeah, it's very controversial. So as to what happened, as you can see, if you Google Benghazi, you get these results that happen, in 2011. As you can see, the movie image, like that's all you get when you Google search Benghazi. That's the status of Benghazi right now. I mean, it has been what, 11 years, I guess, and still it is like this. So, yep, I know it's kind of controversial. It's kind of risky, and I'll see. I'll try to stay away from all that stuff. If you guys have any sort of, critique, judgment, or maybe opinion or anything to comment, just comment down and do let me know. If you have any advice for me on legal actions, maybe, and rest I'll try to steer clear. What I'll be making is a first person shooter, a first person, true first person game rather. That will be similar to Insurgency Sandstorm or Squad or maybe Arma 3. Like Insurgency and Squad are both on Unreal Engine if I'm not wrong. So yeah, it'll be close to that. I'll be trying to put my best onto it. There won't be any multiplayer in it, so I'm being clear on the first part. But there will be some sort of offline, 5v5 matches. And maybe like down the line, if I do get money, I may add a multiplayer feature in this game, who knows? But it will be just another generic shooter, so I'll try to avoid that and want, a bad multiplayer game to ruin a good story game. And talking about story, yeah, it will be a story game. It'll all be about cutscenes, it'll all be about the cinematics, the story that I want you guys to see. It's about playing the story. It's about being there in the experience. And yeah, that's all. After that, I'll be editing a part where I'm showing you guys the Blender output file, and then it will be the Unreal Engine file, and that's all. And talking about files, here we have my portfolio in ArtStation. I'll be linking it down in the description to give me a follow if you're on ArtStation. And from following, I'm reminded that I have social media as well. So yeah, do follow me on social media. I'll be linking it down. The video will be here on my channel. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for sticking. And yeah, wait, let me just show you how Blender is working. Just a second. Yeah, I guess OBS is working, right? Yeah. So this is my M4 rifle. It is inspired by Colt M4, Colt manufacturing. And as you can see, it is missing some stuff on the main barrel, the main cylinder here. This something is missing here, as you can see, like that extra cover. And something is also missing here, that ventilation pipe. So, I mean, I don't know what they call it, but I call it the ventilation pipe. It is missing because, again, I don't want to copy Colt M4 and, use the exact same replica in my game. And it was easier to skip a part or two, just to get the gun up and running. And in Blender, it looks awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it looks awesome. I'll just show you guys the rendered preview. And in Unreal Engine, it looks a bit different because of the UV placement, but I'm learning. I'll improve my UV unwrapping game as well. Let me just show you guys the texturing, sorry, the rendering part. And this is the rendered preview of the M4 rifle. As you can see, the textures are looking fine and it's looking very, very photorealistic. Although it won't look the same in Unreal Engine, but it was good to have some beautiful renders for your portfolio. That's the rendered preview of the gun. And yeah, that's all. So let's just move on to Unreal Engine, I guess. Okay, so now we are in Unreal, as you can see, and this is the demo first-person project that comes in the template of Unreal Engine 5. And this is my gun here. Let me just focus it on by pressing F. And as you can see, I mean, it needs to be slow. Needs to be slow, yeah. So that's how it's looking, and it's looking, honestly, it's looking good. The normals are looking good. The alphas on the gun are looking good. I mean, yeah, it's just stretched out in this part. That's because of the bad UV placement. But yeah, the other alphas are looking good, and the hard surface is looking good, and these are looking good, I guess. Yeah, this is looking fine. I mean, there is this just reflection that's going on in the metal body. That's, because of the UVs, it looks crap, but it's actually, decent enough because it's reflecting. And Yeah, as you can see this bent here, it's because of the UVs, but you won't notice in the heat of first person battle, when you have your M4 rifle in your hand. So that's all that there is about this. I mean, I'll fix it. I can fix it anytime if I feel like it's bothering me in something along these lines. So yeah. And there are some good features in Unreal Engine 5. One is Nanite, the virtual geometry micro polygon system. Then you have Lumen, the real-time global illumination system. And like Lumen works in mysterious ways, as you can see. You can just, adjust whichever part you want. Like, wait a minute, yeah. You just have to hold Control L and you can adjust Lumen. And it just works. You don't have to rebuild the lighting again and again. You can just, do it in one go. Yeah, that's all. It just works. It's amazing. And yeah, I guess that's all, guys. That's all. Yeah, one more thing. This is the level that I'll be making. As you can see, it's an empty level, but what we can do is we can go to Windows and we can go to, wait, where is that? Yeah, environment light mixer, and you can just add whatever you want. So I'll add create skylight, atmospheric light 0, create sky atmosphere, create volumetric cloud, create high fog. And after that, you can just edit each of these settings individually if you want, but you can edit them here as well, like selecting them and editing their details. You can do the same. So you just don't need this window all the time. And here we are now. And again, we can just use Control L and adjust how the clouds are looking and how the light is. I want the sun here, I can put it here, and that's how it will be. And what I initially have in mind is a big map for Benghazi. I mean, the usable part will be less as opposed to the non-usable part because, well, I'm a solo developer. I'm trying to do something on my own, and it's not that easy. I don't have a team with me. But yeah, I mean, it may span up to a kilometer square or something in size, in real size. I don't know how much Unreal units that will be, a lot of units. And I'll try to make it look as good as possible. I mean, we already have Quixel Bridge with us. Where is it? Add Quixel content. Yeah, here. So we have Quixel Bridge that we can use, and we can get all these assets. Like there are so many assets Quixel is providing us. Decal, surfaces, plans, imperfections, the full sets that you have of assets, like the separate textures or the static meshes, and best of all, you can have them in nanite quality. So that will be a good thing. I'm saving it all here, and I guess hopefully in the next video, the next devlog, you'll have the map and some blockouts ready to test. And I'll also have to make the blueprint of my weapon that I'll be using because I need to have it work in order to be playable first. And I'll also look into the mesh, and yeah, that's all. I guess that's all. Thanks for watching, and do follow and do stick around if you find all of this intriguing, all of this interesting, and yeah, cheers.